Hi everyone and welcome back to RetroB8. In today's episode I'm going to be introducing you to a new piece of hardware that I've welcomed into the shed. Now originally a couple of years ago, in around about 2016-2017, there was a Kickstarter for a computer called the Spectrum Next. You may have heard of it. Now that done extremely well. I think there was over 3,000 people supported that. With a total of over £720,000 was pledged towards making that dream a reality. In March 2020, people received their Spectrum Next, and wow, what a fantastic machine it was. So of course, it wasn't long before another Kickstarter was set up. Now Kickstarter 2 received £1.8 million in pledges. Now, the unfortunate thing is the Kickstarter 2 was being delayed due to problems getting chips. A little bit like what's happened with the PlayStation 5, the new Xbox. Yeah, it's also affected the Kickstarter 2 of the Spectrum Next. So currently prices range between probably £450 to, I would say, up to £600 on eBay if you want to play a Spectrum Next. Now, for me personally, that is completely out the question. I simply could not afford to purchase one of those. So had a look at some other options, and one of the options was something called the N-Go. Now the N-Go is a full clone of the Spectrum Next, and it's been agreed with the guys that done the research and development into the Spectrum Next, that they're able to use all of the same the same boards, technology, everything like that. So what you get is virtually the same. However, it doesn't come packaged in a nice little case. When you buy the N-Go, you're literally buying the board itself. Now, that's great if you can, manufacture things yourself and maybe do some 3D printing, possibly something like that. But the one I bought came in this. And that just looks like a normal Spectrum 48K case. Now, that might be great for everyone, but for me, when I see the Spectrum Next, I saw them. It's just something that looked really, it's a very good looking machine. And I wanted mine to not look the same because, of course, it's not a Next, it's an N-Go that I've purchased. But I did start hunting on the internet and looking for what I could put the N-Go into to make it just look that little bit better. And what I did find was this. Now, this comes from Spain and is readily available. It comes in black. There is also a white available, but I think that's only if you buy the whole thing as a unit. Obviously, I already had the N-Go board, so this is what happened when I took the N-Go board from the Spectrum 48K case and put it into the new one. So guys, as you can see, it's not very difficult to build the N-Go case that I purchased, and personally I think it looks absolutely great. And here it is, guys, the finished product here, the N-Go. Of course, the Spectrum Next and the 2B, etc. Is just a beautiful machine, but I hope you'll agree that this is very, very special, and yeah, I'm very, very looking forward to playing some of this. I've only given it a quick try out so far, but I think between the two, as we can see there, both together, very happy with this purchase, and as I say, very easy to build. So the Ngo comes in at around about £100 for the board. Now, they haven't had to have any of the research and development costs that the Spectrum Next had, so obviously it's going to come in at a lot cheaper, which is great news for us. The board that is in manufacture that's available now is exactly the same as the 2B version of the Spectrum Next. This one that I bought was £100. The case itself was also, by the time you paid import tax, postage, that was around about £100 too. So all in all, I've paid about £200 for the full system. So altogether, I would say this is a pretty fantastic deal when you consider that for a normal Spectrum Next, you're looking at about £450. This version I've got is accelerated, and it does also have the Wi-Fi module. So when you consider that's probably about, I mean, eBay prices for a Next is up to 600 quid. So for £400 cheaper, I've basically got an accelerated Wi-Fi version of the Spectrum 2B Next, which personally I think is a great deal. Guys, if you want to see future videos that I'm going to be doing on the Spectrum Ngo/Next, we're going to be looking at some of the games, obviously the homebrew, maybe looking at some original games and how they run on the Next and the Ngo clone, then please consider subscribing to my channel for future 8-bit content. Of course, I also do cover the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad as well. So guys, thanks for joining me, and until next time,